Lewis, Fox 5 News.
Antoine, thank you very much. Joining me right now is our special guest tonight. This is Dr. Mindy Greenstein. She is a clinical psychologist and the author of a book called Lighter as We Go. And you gave me a nice copy of this book. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Mindy.
No,
That's
you're
very
welcome.
nice. I'm going to look forward to reading this.
Thank you.
You know, in your opinion, midlife crisis, okay, is it a real thing? Is it a myth? How do you see it?
Well, it depends on what you're calling a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
So if what you're thinking of is dumping your spouse and running off with your neighbor and buying a Porsche, that really does not happen very often. Somebody's doing it somewhere, but it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, that's not how you see it, though.
Right. But what does go down, and there's been a ton of research on this across different countries and over lots of different people, is there does tend to be a kind of a dip in well-being. When you ask people to rate their lives on a scale of 0 to 10, say where 0 is your worst life and 10 is your best life, what number are you on now?
I see.
When you're in your late 40s, early 50s is when you tend to give the lowest number. They call it the U-bend.
The U-bend, and you're calling this a dip rather than a crisis, right?
Right.
Does it happen to men only, or women? I mean, how do you see that?
No, it really happens to everyone. They even find it in apes.
In apes as well?
They do.
Quite a study.
So there's, well, they don't ask the apes.
I didn't think so.
But they do ask their zookeepers or the trainers. So there does seem to be, some biological basis too, but there are a lot of psychological reasons for
now,
that to happen.
Dr. Mindy, in your book, you also talk about how there's a point in your life where you sort of go lighter, as you said. You sort of free yourself to be more relaxed, to have a different attitude, a different approach, and sort of settling with what you have in your life and saying, I'm happy with this. That's important too, isn't it, as you pass through this thing that we call the dip?
Yes, and in fact, when that starts to hit is kind of late midlife. When, in fact, a friend of mine, when she turned 60,